I think we're just about ready to get going here. A warm welcome to you wherever you are in the world. And here we have Tottenham against Leicester. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
The action has already shaped the shoots. He's scored!
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. That was all very well drilled.
Leicester have an early lead. Good start. Tevez. Now the pass. Oh, glorious! And a header! It's a goal! All too easy. They are in danger of disappearing out of sight. A great delivery and a finish to match.
Yeah, I just thought he wanted that more than anyone else on the pitch, and it was fully deserved. He gave it everything he had.
Leicester take a 2-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
Well, at 1-0 this contest was still nicely poised, but now that it's gone to 2, mindsets are affected a lot more.
Is it in? They are rampant! Hot knife through butter, they have done it again!
Leicester are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
Leicester take a 3-goal lead and they are romping out of sight. Llorente. Tottenham have been good here at home, undefeated in the last 5. Bonucci. He's having a look round. He's had a go! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss.
Well, he did get himself into a good position, something for him to cling to.
It so nearly came off for him.
Yeah, and you can feel and hear how the crowd are reacting to all of this.
Crouch. He's left his man. Crouch! And he should have made it 4. Oh, he really... The referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there's plenty that can be said about the last 45 minutes, but one thing that cannot be said is that it's dull. One-sided, yes, but packed with excitement.
Peter, do I really need to say anything, or can I simply refer you to the scoreline?
Leicester 3-0 up at the break, precisely as they would have dreamt it. So off we go once more. Deftly done. Chance to shoot. Out wide to the right. Leicester are the epitome of solidity. They've not conceded in... Big chance! Here it is now, up to meet it! Oh, that is an awful miss.
Rashford really has shown an example of why indecision is fatal.
Sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Well played, he saw that coming. And it's Llorente. Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh no, that's not the ball he wanted. Tottenham have just about everyone back and central.
Yeah, clearly they're trying to show strength to what the opposition have seen as a weakness.
It's a safety-first approach. Llorente gets wrestled off the ball. finish!
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
And it's Vardy. It's Costa! Oh, that's a waste. Costa, Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, sweet feet. Shoots! Superb from Diego Costa! They are running riot here.
Yeah, looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Leicester were irresistible here, dominant, utterly ruthless. Only ever one result, a comfortable win. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, looking back on this, the early goal had a big influence on what unfolded and allowed them to dictate with comfort.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. Welcome to you from the Wanda Metropolitano, this wonderful stadium newly located here in the heart of Madrid and home to Atletico Madrid since the start of the 2017 season. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Let's got things underway. And the finish! Oh, terrific run to latch onto it, but the finish is all wrong.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast. Leicester certainly won't want to look back and dwell on that. It was a good chance, though.
Looks to slip it through. Rashford! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
That was created because of good, lively movement.
Goes for goal! And it's in the back of the net! There is the breakthrough!
Well, that defence just wasn't expecting their midfield to mess up then, so when they did, they were caught completely cold by such a swift breakaway and such a well-worked finish too.
Leicester take the lead, landing the first significant blow in what is certainly a significant contest. Play for a throw. Now it's Crouch. How about it? Shapes to shoot. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, he may have snatched it down a bit, even though it was quite close.
Good challenge, he just stood firm. Tries a through ball. Can't get the better of his opposite number. Passes it through. Skirtle gets into the right position to intercept. Now the Rashford! He's scored! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again.
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. That was all very well drilled.
Leicester take a 2-goal lead and hits it! Oh, it's there! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! Lovely goal, perfect. And the semi-final reaches halfway. So a really good half of football, 3 goals and just one separating them.
Well, we've had plenty to go at in that first half, Peter, and it's a fragile lead that could quite easily change hands in the second. If you like your football unpredictable, I think you're at the right match.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. And the game has already resumed here. No changes at half-time that we're aware of. It's Rashford. Oh, good interception. Out to the left it goes. Now he's wondering who wants it. Really well to intervene and dispel the growing. Rashford! They've scored! And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Leicester are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attack.
Rashford! They are rampant! And they are cruising away.
The understanding between those two plays a big part in that, and releasing the run on side proved the key ingredient.
He's made it 3. Quite a day at the office for him.
That defence must be sick of the sight of him. He's been persistent and ruthless all game. He just hasn't stopped working.
Leicester blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Keeper's got good distance on that. Rashford Crouch. Tevez! Lacking in accuracy. It so nearly came off for him.
Well, Peter, I think it's fairly obvious he's one of the biggest influences out there.
Changes here from both sides, in fact. He's had a shot! Really well taken goal. Yet another goal in an awesome performance. They are in complete charge. Given such an open invitation, he was always going to shoot.
There's the obvious danger man here, and yet he was afforded way too much freedom. I think he was gifted that goal.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Leicester are the winners in a one-sided semi-final. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, to go this far, it has to be on merit, with substance. And this is more evidence of worthy contesters.
More than a clash between clubs, we're dealing here with cultures, traditions, regional pride, football in all its global dimensions. The final gets underway.
Look, we can only hope for a final that will be...
Shot at goal! It's a goal! Could that be the start of something big? Well, he was never going to miss from there. So much to aim at.
It's almost criminal to see a defence fail to identify someone who thrives when it comes to shooting stats. They knew, and yet they didn't heed, and they've paid the price and deserve to.
Leicester take the lead, landing the first significant blow in what is certainly a significant contest.
Well, certainly the big occasion and a very big opening goal to boost everyone's confidence here.
Battles to win it back. Federico Fernandez gets into the right position to intercept. Juan Quintero plays it out to the flank. He's having a look round. Now it's Crouch. Hit long and direct. He scored inside the first 10 minutes to make it 1-0. Tries a through ball. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Hurls himself at it. He scores! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again. Oh, super header, wonderfully acrobatic.
You know, it takes a lot of courage to do that, to throw yourself at the ball knowing you could catch a boot in the head. Well done, son.
Leicester have a couple of goals without reply. It's 2-0.
That second goal has such a polarising effect on prospective moods. I mean, one team are under more pressure now to get the next goal, and the other will fancy their chances of turning 2 into 3.
In with a header! More and more and more and more! They are running riot! And they are disappearing out of sight! Great corner, and he did the rest.
Well, look, it's often the timing of the jump that dictates what you can do with any header, and if you get it slightly wrong, then you'll struggle. But that was beautifully met, it really was.
3 without reply. This is becoming a stroll. Now the pass. He's gone for it! Absolutely wonderful, Peter Crouch! And already they're looking to run away with it.
Yeah, looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was
Well, there's the whistle. The first half of the final has flown by. Well, that flew by. It was breathless stuff. It's been one-way traffic here after the first 45 minutes. A relentless barrage that looks set to continue. So we've had the first 45 minutes of the final, Jim. How's it looking for you?
Leicester have the lead, and obviously it's going to be the happier dressing room at half-time, but it'll be interesting to see what they do second half. I really think that they should push on and do more of what we saw as we approached half-time.
Leicester utterly dominant in the first 45 minutes, scoring at will. The action has already resumed here. Final checks on the touchline, a change about to occur. Great tackle, he had to get that right. There's some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Well, it's a safety in numbers approach to defending here. Crouch! Passes it through. Delivers across. Bonucci tries to get it forward quickly. And now and shoots! Now a chance to break. Plays a clever pass. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. So not long left in this now. Just a few moments from glory. Rashford. Just 5 minutes remaining now. It's Crouch! Oh, denied at the last. It so nearly came off for him.
Crouch certainly tends to cast his influence, and he's in imposing mood again.
And that will be the final act. Simply, the big day was their day. A day for them and their fans. A truly proud line in their history. So on to centre stage come the central characters. Hello and a warm welcome to everyone across the globe. We should be on the way very shortly. The players will be with us any time now. And our live game is Burnley against Leicester. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
We have already started here. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
The elusive quality of Marco Reus. Because of his inward running, fullbacks don't want to follow him all the way and centre-backs don't want to step out to try and confront him. So he gets himself into great finishing positions and he's now become a top finisher.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Out towards the flank. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Burnley have been good here at home, undefeated in the last 5. Looking to shoot! And it's a goal!
The understanding between those two plays a big part in that, and releasing the run on side proved the key ingredient.
Leicester take the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Skirtle did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Rashford, he's had a shot! Leicester are looking odds-on to go in at the break with their advantage intact. Crouch passes it, hits one! They've scored! And they are disappearing out of sight! Leicester grab it. And that'll be the last act of the first half. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Leicester ahead 2-0 and they are looking good. And the action is back on the way. Tevez! More and more and more and more! They are running riot! And Rashford! Oh, the keeper's done just about enough.
It was more possible than probable, and the outcome backed it up, Peter.
It so nearly came off for him.
Yeah, and you can feel and hear how the crowd are reacting to all of this.
Plays a clever pass. He's got away. Great challenge. Well, the defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. A chance! Duda. So 3-0 now, and surely there'll be no twists in the plot. So, time for changes on both sides, actually. And it's Vardy with a delicate ball. Good take by the keeper, he's read that well. There is the final whistle. Leicester, very much the dominant side, almost the only side. Every time they got on the ball, they looked like scoring. It is a landslide. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Leicester can certainly give themselves a pat on the back for a job well done. They have a togetherness that makes them very hard to beat.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. So a warm welcome to you all. We will be underway very shortly once all the pleasantries are complete. And our live game is Leicester against West Ham. So off we go then. Crouch pushes it out. What? Up to meet it! There it is!
And some of the best managers I played for insisted on starting games as you mean to go on. And we've just seen a very important opening goal from an extremely talented individual who looks primed for more. He really does look at it.
What a super header, dispatched beautifully.
Well, as contact goes, that was tremendous, and it helped him to direct it exactly where he wanted into that net. I think when it comes to the aerial department, this fella is definitely no slouch.
Leicester go ahead, 1 goal to the good. And that's put paid to a promising move. Crouch! Absolutely wonderful, Peter Crouch! And with the match still in its infancy, they are easing away. Leicester grab a couple of goals without reply. It's 2-0.
That second goal has such a polarising effect on prospective moods. I mean, one team are under more pressure now to get the next goal, and the other will fancy their chances of turning 2 into 3.
He'll have a dip! They are rampant! And they are disappearing out of sight. 3 without reply. This is becoming a stroll. He's having a look round, and he has been fouled there. Oh, smart save. It's a good run. Belts one. And that will sail harmlessly past.
Crouch put absolutely everything he had into that. Maybe better look next time.
Vardy going through. Really well taken goal. Hot knife through butter. They have done it again. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, that flew by. It was breathless stuff. It's been one-way traffic here after the first 45 minutes. A relentless barrage that looks set to continue.
Well, I would think this one is possibly over as a contest. They know they've already reached cruise control, and it's a case of the right game management to take it from here.
Leicester have been nothing short of awesome in the first 45 minutes. A truly memorable performance on all counts. And it has to be said, this match is well and truly already won. So we're just settling back into this second half. Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And it's Rashford! Final checks on the touchline. Towering header! Leicester may be thinking about substitutions now. They still have 2 available. Leicester are the most prolific. Going for goal! No, it's wide.
Look, it was achievable, Peter, but it needed his best. They're actually not getting too tight, which is interesting.
No.
It's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pinch it or intercept so nobody can get in behind.
It's a good foot in there. He's got away. Loftus-Cheek looks to clip it forward. West Ham have decided now is the time to make their final change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a...
Hits one! Goal! Oh, surely that completes the demolition if it hadn't occurred already. And that will be the final act. Leicester, comfortable winners, a virtuoso display, utterly one-sided. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, if ever there was a good tone setter for a football match, that was it. First minutes, first shot, first goal, and it set them up.
So before we go, many thanks to Jim Beglin for his input, and from us both, Hello and a warm welcome to everyone across the globe. We should be on the way very shortly. The players will be with us any time now. And our live game is Swansea against Leicester. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly. So in 90 minutes, we will be at exactly the halfway point of this season. And the header! Oh, great save, real class.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment, he simply had to...
Can he score? Great ball to play him in, but he will be gutted to miss that.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
Wilfred Bonney. Leicester have played a lot of games just lately. Squad rotation or tinkering start to become prevalent at times like this.
Absolutely. I think nowadays the science that goes on behind the scenes can tell a manager...
He'll have a dip! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
And it's Crouch. Crouch, looking to shoot! It's a carbon copy of their previous miss.
They're just lacking a...
He's gone for it! And that has been clubbed away. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. The midway point of the game.
Leicester ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time.